Today on the show, we're going to take a look at the new 2025. That is right, 25 Ram RHO. What is going on, all-terrain nation, whether it be two-wheel drive, four-wheel drive, these badass, high-performance trucks I do love to drive. This is your all-terrain nation. I'm your host, David Boyd. And that is right. We're going to do a build and price on the new Ram RHO. And I'm kind of excited by this truck, though I do feel like we've seen most of this truck before, other than the engine in the TRX. And there's a lot of value to this truck, though, because the TRXs were over 100 grand. And well, this truck's coming more into the 60s on up category. So might be some value there. So let's take a look at this thing and we will go from there. So there is your high performance vehicle. The straight six is in this thing. The Hurricane engine with very Turbskis and very exciting in the horsepower department. It's not full TRX, though. So that is one disappointment, but it looks the part. And will it act like the part? And if it does, this price is pretty freaking cool. So let's go to our build and price. We'll click it right there. And we want to buy, we don't want to lease, and we definitely want the 2025s. And if we go all the way down, I mean, you can see Ram's got I'm surprised it's a classic and no one anymore that they've been doing the 2 generations back. But as you can see down here, the RHO looks like it starts out at $69,995. Now that's a hell of a deal compared to 100 grand that the previous TRX version was. So definitely it's interesting to me. And I know our buddy over at Pickup Truck Plus SUV Talk has one of these on order, and I'm excited to get his opinion of it because, well, I've done time in the TRX and I loved it. I thought the interior was pretty spot on. It was a lot of fun. You hear that supercharger whine, and now we don't have that. So how will this truck, how exciting will it be? And I have a feeling a couple months I'll actually get to drive one of these things. But let's look at exterior. I always say it, exterior, so the color you choose sets the tone of the vehicle. And it looks like we have a few good choices over here. So let's click this one here. And first up, we have their bright white. And I like kind of the black on it. I might have liked just a fully white vehicle, but it definitely sets the tone with all the black bumpers and everything. Just carries on. Very menacing there. Next up, we have flame red, which is a good color. Ram has some really good colors out there. And next up on that one for $245 extra is the hydro blue pearl. I like this. I don't know that it would be for me, though, but I do like that. It's a very bright color. Billet silver metallic clear coat. So silver is a classic color. This is something I really like. Forged blue metallic. That is pretty rad. I like that quite a bit. And finally, we have granite. Out of all these, and you notice they're kind of going that Jeep way of like, hey, let's if we can charge more for our color, let's do that. I'm surprised this red here is not even an extra charge, but between that and the white, you can get those for basically no extra charge there. But in the comments, if you were going to buy this truck, what color would you choose right now? Now, I am a little disappointed they don't have that yellow that the TRX got last year, because that yellow was, oh my God, that was a really cool looking color on that. And you can see here the monotone exterior colors. It looks to be a part of it. It's $245, and it doesn't look like you can really opt out of that. But out of all these, I'm going to go down here. I'm going to look at this forged blue metallic. That looks pretty cool. Let's see if we can expand this. Yeah, that looks really cool. I like that kind of, it's kind of got that purplish hue to it. Now it might, we see this in person, it might change just a little bit, but I think that is a really good looking color there. I'm curious of your opinion on this. So I definitely want to know, because you guys, by the colors that we talk about here, you do help shape the pirate ship, as it were. And it's a direction I go for the next vehicle, because in about 6 months, we will have a new vehicle in the driveway. That's the game we play. So next up, as you can see here, it's very plain. There are no graphics on the side here. So for $495, and I was going to say $500, you can get the RHO exterior graphics by Mopar. And for another basically $900, you can get the hood graphics on that. So I definitely want the side graphics, because I'm obnoxious, and I want my vehicle to be obnoxious. But what about, do we do the hood graphics on that one? That's a tough one, because I wish they'd let you see it. Definitely you can see the RHO there, but you can't really see the hood graphics all that well. So let's take it away, see what happens. I'm going for it. I like those hood graphics, and I want this thing to look, super badass. So we will do that. Now we've got some exterior mirrors, so black powerful trailer mirrors. Now this is something I have currently with my my Ranger Raptor that I don't know on the little trucks I would need, but it might be handy on the bigger trucks, because I'll be honest, the times I use this kind of feature is when I go into a Sonic drive-in and I've got to turn the mirrors in because the stalls are so tight. And Kelly does love Sonic. Hey Sonic, think about sponsoring us. Anyways, but I think for on this truck for what I want, this is a high performance truck. I don't know that I would actually need. So next up, we can get some rock rails for $1,000. I don't know on that. I probably would pass on that because I'm not taking this truck rock crawling. I'll be honest. I would take this truck out to Johnson Valley, rip on it that way down the highway, but I don't know that the rock rails would be where I would be at with this vehicle on this. So I'm going to pass on that. Now, you can see here we've got some wheels. This is a standard wheel on that thing. Let's see if we can expand that just a little bit. Not too bad. Not too bad on that. Of course, you're going to get an aggressive Goodyear tire on this thing, or you can get the standard or for $1,800. Let's see right here. We'll click that, and you can get the beadlock capable wheels. Now, it definitely changes the look of the vehicle. So let's rotate around. So it definitely kind of lightens it up a little bit, gives it a little bit of spunk there. And here's the previous version. I think I kind of like the blacked out version better. And I might, if I were to own this for a long period of time, I might want to change those out anyway. So we won't spend any extra money there. So as you can see here, you're going to get a 1865 R325, which is basically a 35-inch tire on that thing. And yeah, you want the big tires. Of course, that's standard on this. Now you can get a bed-mounted tire carrier for basically $1,100, which I'm going to pass on that. Here is your off-road style running boards. You can see right here for $1,100. This is a tough one because this truck does set high. I've done time in the TRX twice. I'm presuming this stance is exactly the same. It's basically the same vehicle, just I think minus the motor. So it would probably be a little difficult to get in, but once again, $1,100, $1,200 on that. That's a tough price when you can buy aftermarket rock rails that work as steps for probably cheaper than that. So as of now, I would definitely pass on that. But if you are of the shorter nature, like I am, probably want those. We got the trifold tonneau cover, which I'm going to pass on this thing right now. I would rather probably have the hard painted tonneau cover like that. But if you're buying it from the factory and you're just trying to get I don't want to deal with this crap. I want to order the vehicle I want, and when I'm driving off the dealership lot, I'm as happy as I can be. I think that might actually be a good purchase for someone. So we get the lower two-tone paint, which is standard, or you can get the monotone paint. Now let's see what the monotone paint does. I mean, that blacked out vehicle. Oh, that might be sinister. Let me go back to the colors real quick. Yeah, see, they didn't really have a blacked out vehicle up there. Oh man, this just changed my choice. Oh, what was the price on that again? Let's scroll right back down here. Monotone paint is a no extra charge. So let's click that once again. Let's rotate around this just a little bit. Ooh. Oh, that changed. If they just had the blackout up there from the get-go, oh man, this changes everything. Especially with those graphics. These are going to be kind of a flat graphics on the hood and definitely on the side there. Let's expand that just a little bit. Oh wow. That's pretty sinister right there. I'm so happy that I actually saw that because that did change a lot of what I wanted in this vehicle. So let's go back. So that definitely is very exciting. And I think that looks sinister, man. I love that blue. Don't get me wrong, but this vehicle, high performance, blacked out like this, those letterings, let's see if we can expand this and look one more time. Oh wow, that's pretty wicked. And once again, let's see if we can turn this around. So you can see the back of this thing with it. I think those letters are going to be all black. That looks really cool, man. I cannot pass on that one there. So let's get into the interior of this thing. And as you can see, this is pretty standard of what the TRX looked like. So there's nothing. I'm not surprised here. I'm not like, oh my god, look, it's so different, because it's really not. Now I do expect obviously some of the interior will definitely look a little different, but ultimately, like, this is what the TRX looked like. So you're going to get your outfitter switches there. Of course, this is an all-wheel drive system on this. I believe people have been converting them where there's a way you can make it just a two-wheel drive vehicle, which might make it a little more spunky. Steering wheel, everything about this, all the paddle shifters. I loved my time in the TRX, so I expect this to be basically the same enjoyment. As you can see here, you got all your controllers for your locker and stuff like that. Now let's see, what was there any options here? So we're going to get standard. We're going to get the Uconnect 5 nav with the 12-inch touchscreen, or we can get the Uconnect 5 with the 14-inch touchscreen. It says requires additional selections. So let's click this. And wow, you can see that screen definitely changed there. So let's go back one more time. The built-in screen, the way it is, not too shabby, man, but look at this bigger screen. Now, it says that it's added a level 1 that we're at a level 1 equipment group there. So let's and there's no upcharge for that. So I'm not sure why, what packages they're charging me something. So we're at $83,000 now. Let's just go right back. Ooh, that's a $10,000 package increase. Did you see that number change? $10,000. I'm trying to keep the cost down on this vehicle. I will be perfectly happy with that 12-inch screen versus 2 more inches there. But next up, we got the dual panel panoramic sunroof. Now, $1,500 on that. I want that. I'm not gonna lie. I definitely want that. And look what it does. It puts you in a damn package. That pisses me off to no end. So let's go. I got to reset everything. As you can see, we lost the pano sunroof. So I guess no sunroof in this vehicle, which we'll live with. Now they have the red accent interior for $1,400, basically $1,500. I'm gonna pass on that one. Not worried about that. Towing and technology group. So you get the trailer hitch lineup assist, trailer reversal guidance, unavailable with some configurations there. Let's see if we add that. I have a feeling it's going to put us right back in that package. The bed utility group, so you get all the little slider equipments like that. And here is that level 1 equipment group here. So we're gonna get the 12-way one-way controller, trailer controller, the 14-inch screen. We're gonna get 19 speakers, 19 freaking speakers in this thing, and that is pretty crazy. 240-watt amp alternator, as I say that right. So for all those speakers and everything that you're trying to power, there you go. You're gonna get 4G LTE Wi-Fi hotspot, which some people use that, some people don't. Apple CarPlay, connected travel and traffic services, Ram Connect services, which is a trial, by the way. Wrapped driver and passenger assist handles, driver memory seats, drowsy driver detection, which is I've used this on long trips and it is pretty handy. But do you travel long trips with this where you might be sleepy? You might be able to save yourself a couple dollars there. Dual wireless charging pads, which is pretty nice, because yeah, I'm always hogging the wireless charging pads because I usually run Apple CarPlay and I'm using Waze or something through my phone, so I use it that way. Would be nice that Kelly could have her own charging pad there. We're going to get the exterior mirrors with memory, front passenger interactive display, full length premium upgrade floor console, Google Android Auto. I love how the Apple and the Android, they've just completely got to separate those. A lot of you're gonna get the HD radio heads-up display, which I'm heads-up display, especially on a truck. I don't want that. Luxury front door trim panel, power adjustable pedals. That would actually be nice to have the pedals where you can adjust them where you want. Power tailgate, which once again doesn't do anything for me. Rain sensitivity windshield wipers, which I kind of like those. Real carbon fiber interior accents. Smartphone as a key, which I think will be standard in the next 5 to 10 years. Surround view camera system there, traffic sign recognition, and so you're getting a lot of goodies there. But is it worth that $10,000 increase? Because as of right now, we've added almost $4,000 worth of upgrades. But man, not that we're getting a plain Jane truck, but wow, like there's some things that in that package that it just might be worth it because I guarantee it's going to add some of the towing features that I might want with this vehicle. We're going to come back to that for right now. Let's keep on going down here. So here is the 3-liter i6 Hurricane high output twin turbo with the start stop technology. So the high output Hurricane engine, 540 horsepower and 521 foot-pounds of torque. Now, straight sixes. I've drove this engine in the Grand Wagoneer, and I will say these little things will get up and go. It's no slouch. Now, it's no 702 horsepower that the previous version was, but it's still no slouch. And I'd like to do time with this. And I think I think down the road, if you want to mess with tunings, I think it's probably going to be very tunable. So we're going to get an 8-speed automatic transmission with this thing. The rear gearing is there, or the final gearing is 3.92. Camera, there's towing features you can get here. Heat block, the heater, no, I don't need any of that. Power on board, which I know after watching my buddy with Pickup Truck Plus SUV talk, they're having some issues with the power on board system. So I would pass that. If you want to get this truck within the year, I would pass on that because production actually starts in August. So you will definitely see that. So as of now, we are at 73,625. But once again, I got to scroll back up here. I mean, there's no big options besides right here, this level 1 equipment group. And I didn't see anything about that power inverter. So I don't know, man. I think the ability to get that sunroof that I want, I think I gotta add it. I hate to do it. I hate to do it because look at that dial spit up real quick to $83,000. But I'm the older I get, the more I want all the features. And I can also maybe afford those features a little bit better than I could in my younger days, where I might have had to just get the base version of this vehicle. So let's see where we're at now. So there is our blacked out TRX. No, that is the RHO. Catch and see if you were watching with me. I do love that sinister. I might have some red accents put in this, man. Call this thing Venom, something like that, because this thing is sinister. It's definitely a badass truck, but is it TRX worthy? Does it live up to the hype that the old TRX had? I don't know. We'll figure it out. We're definitely going to drive this vehicle, but for $83,000, that's still so much more of a bargain than the previous TRX was. This RHO, you're getting, it looks like all the cool stuff, the interior and a lot of the suspension features. You're just not paying for that big V8, that big 6.2 that they put in that thing. I'm a horsepower guy, but if they don't offer it anymore, this is probably the next best version. You can see here we can do customer orders, all of that. But ultimately, wow. Whew. Gets me all in the tinglies there. So whether it be two-wheel drive, four-wheel drive, or this bad mother effer RHO that I'm going to drive, you'll see a review here on the channel. This has been your All Terrain Nation. I'm your host, David Boyd, and we're out. Peace, everybody. Love y'all.